Hello everybody, Andres here and welcome back to Novice Alchemist, otherwise known as Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei. Episode 3. I just got done recording episode 2 and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna record the third one as well. I'm gonna catch up to at least one series this season, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. The fact that episode 2 ended on a bit of a cliffhanger certainly does help this decision. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. In the previous episode, what happened exactly to create such a cliffhanger? Well, from the beginning, what happened was that Sarasa Sarasa arrived at her new place. She started fixing it up a little bit, thanks to like a cleaning seal and her spells and whatnot. She started setting up at the place, even made some potions, met the townsfolk, and she was very negative about it. Not negative as in didn't like the people, but she thought that people don't like her. She took everything very negatively, with a very defeatist attitude. You could say the fact that some of the villagers wanted to pull a prank on her certainly didn't help, but still her negative thinking was spiraling out of control. She got she got the furniture, some basics. She got something to eat. She met some people. Then the next day, her master arrived and gifted her a sword, a rapier to be more precise, taught her how to fight a little bit, and created a teleportation circle to place whatever she wants to sell in so that it can get teleported to the capital and sold off. And she just went back to the capital, went running, sprinting, using some enhancement magic. Of course, Sarasa still had the thoughts of, am I even gonna manage on my own? Oh, they probably don't like me. They probably think I'm just a kid who can do anything, can be useful, yada yada yada. Of course, she was proven wrong, because all of the villagers, well, some of them, a lot of them, appeared on her doorstep the very next day to bring her the bedding, to help her fix up the home, build a new fence, bring her some home welcoming, some welcome gifts, and in the end, she even got an assistant as she was making a bedding. She really, she just started talking to Loria, and she got an assistant. Luria will no longer be helping at her parents' store. She will now be a full-time clerk at Sarasa's alchemy parlor. As they were about to open, of course, a bunch of characters bursted in. An elf that we already know is going to be Sarasa's friend, and a blue girl who was missing an arm, which really took me aback, really shocked me. That in a cute girls doing cute things anime, we see someone with a bloody stump. That was something, for sure. And that's where we left off, really. And now we're gonna have to help our friend, our soon-to-be friend. We're gonna have to heal her. Probably, again, I'm assuming prosthetics are out of the question, because of course they are. But we're going to help her, and we're going to befriend her, and Sarasa will gonna have someone to spar with to train sword fighting. Got myself an alchemical mixture as well, potion of mana. It's just water with lime and lemon syrup and some blue curacao syrup. You can't really feel the curacao. Curacao is weird. I tried adding to coffee, tried adding it to water. You can barely taste it. It has a little bit of a scent, but barely any flavor. Maybe it's just a bad can I bought. I don't know. What I do know is that you're gonna need your subs. You're gonna need your subs to follow along. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on, and I'm also gonna need your support, monetary, Patreon throne if you want, and if you don't want to spend any money, share my content, spread the word. It really does help grow the channel a lot. And with that out of the way, we can start watching episode 3 of Novice Alchemist in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, starting exactly where we left off. And she had a wound as well. I didn't pay attention what kind of wound. Was she missing a limb as well? Was it amputated at like a wrist? I think it might have been. And yeah, we're doing exactly the same thing. Exactly the thing I thought we were gonna be doing. Which means opening is gonna have subtitles with Romaji translation, Romaji translation, Romaji translation. Same thing they did with Yofukashi no Uta. Oi, you got a license for that? An alchemy star. Haha. I really need to cut down my mustache. I'm starting to chew on it. And maybe my beard as well. I let it grow with the hopes that I got myself like beads that I could, you know, maybe make a little bit of a weave and put a bead on it. But it turns out my beard is too thick for what I ordered. Okay, she's in a bad shape. Not just missing a limb, but also poisoned and burned. Money? No, she's probably talking about resources. Well, of course we're going for the latter. Why even give the first option, though? A firebur. Okay. Hellflame Grizzly. Sure. Whatever you say. I don't exactly know the bestiary of this world, so I'm gonna take it at face value. Oh, she has the arm with her. I guess that makes things easier. Reattaching rather than regrowing. Not a scar. God damn, she's good. Kiss? Kiss. But that's forbidden love. Ah, she lost her freckles. Okay, they Leroy Jenkins into a bear. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're weighing their lives against money every day, aren't they? Yeah, you probably will be in the way, actually. Thank you for reminding us that it did indeed receive first aid, and she's fully healed, and she's wearing something that looks very much like a gym uniform. Okay, she used a lot of magical energy. Yeah, I'm going to sleep. You should probably invest in a couple of like proper beds instead of taking care of your patients in a hammock. Like, spare one room for an infirmary, right? Yeah, hell of a first day, isn't it? Okay. Learned knowledge. Yeah, she was going by what she learned from her courses and books and whatnot. If she didn't agree, would you have just let her die, though? True. Yeah, I'm curious. Kind of like Witchers. Witcher code prevents from helping without getting money. I mean, ingredients are mostly plants. It seems so they are renewable. True. Although that seems fairly uncharacteristic for someone who has only like book knowledge. Or maybe it does actually, because she's learned all of that probably during some ethics lectures and whatnot. Probably. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. You're not gonna ask what's wrong with your arm? Or rather, what's not wrong with it? Iris. Eternal servitude. I mean, she did save your life, so... You're gonna wanna help? Okay, so it might be a danger to the village, I'm assuming. Probably will, actually. Okay, so we have animals and monsters. Gotcha. I'm assuming monsters are like animals that get high on magic energy, essentially. Just throw a couple of vials of anthrax at it and that's gonna do the trick. You got a day of sword training. I mean, worst comes to worst, you can reattach her arm again. That's not gonna cover the dead, just so we're clear. I mean, yeah, she's a prime example. And what will the cauldron make today? Stamina potions. I thought she's gonna attack with a bite. Enhancement magic, baby. Yeah. Not a drip of blood on those snow white sleeves. Heart? Liver. Just gonna rip them out. That's gruesome. Red eyes? Okay. Interesting that the eyes actually change color instead of just glowing red. It's a change to their physiology, not just, magical glow. No, I can take them. Make hell stones or fire stones? So gatherers are kinda sorta adventurers. Kill them all. That's the easiest way. I don't blame them. Gather some clay. Gonna make some golems. Is fence gonna be enough? You're gonna need a palisade. Oh, a mass of flamestones. Gotcha. How'd you get so many, though? Okay, so that's Jasper. Some training. That grip on the bow seems reversed. Okay. Age of adulthood is 15 in this land. So I guess rule 34 is fine. Are the bears not gonna just burn this flimsy fence? Sarin? Mustard gas? Oh, stamina potions. Well, thankfully, there's a lot of Halfling Grizzlies. Sound the vuvuzelas, they're coming. And everybody just runs, of course. That's not a lot. I was expecting like a stampede of hundreds of them. Okay, I guess the grip on the bow does work. Oh, just science. More enhancement magic. Yeah, Sarasa is probably enough to just raffle stomp those bears. Should not have done that. Sarasa? Sarasa. Okay, so she does know some combat magic as well. She is a spell sword. We're gonna fight through the ending song. surprising to see blood sometimes. Big Boss Bear. Big Boss Bear. Okay, that's cool. Did a different studio animate this sequence? Just like that. Man, alchemists are overpowered. Oh no, something's wrong at the alchemy shop. And cliffhanger. Oh, a bear got in. Multiple, actually. Those bears look different. There's gonna be time for reminiscing. Act first. Just got a heart attack. Nothing major. The story is really moving fast. And she's gonna faint. Yep. Damn. That's a lot of money lost. Okay, we know that there's nothing after those credits, so I'm just gonna stop it here. And how about we go through it again, shall we? Okay. Yeah, opening. Lost an arm, burned the other, poison. And talking about money. I mean, she's not wrong that it's gonna cost them, that it has a price. Huh. I don't know what to think about it because it kind of took me by surprise, Sarasa's approach here. Because in any other show, she would be like, "Oh yeah, just bring her here. Don't worry about price. I'm gonna save her life. We're gonna talk money later. Her life is what matters." Right? Just bring me all the potions, bring me all the ingredients, bring me this, bring me that. I'm gonna save her. Then we talk money. That's not what happens. She's like, okay, I can do it for cheap. I can save her life, but that's about it. Or I can fix her completely, but that's gonna be more expensive. Talking money right from the get go. Hellflame Bear, or whatever it was called. It's a quick and kind of not flashy, plain, I guess. Not plain, but very. I'm missing a word. What I mean is that I would have expected a little bit more flair when it comes to reattaching a limb, and I would have expected at least like a little bit of a red line left, even if not a scar, but just a little bit of red at the point of attachment that will maybe disappear after a day, but still some sign of the arm being reattached. Her alchemy is great though, so she probably managed to do that without any side effects. But a very non-flashy way. Just some cloth, pour on some potions on it, just one after another. Take off the. No, first cast some magic, light, healing, take off the cloth, done. Yeah, I would have expected a little bit more ceremony around that. Some, I don't know, magic circle to connect all the nerves, or at least some stitches to hold the arm in place. Something. Maybe there was a bigger description of her process of healing in the light novel. There probably was, but it wasn't here in the anime. Got an antidote. Injected it with a kiss on the cheek because her lips aren't touching her lips. And that's an anti-freckles potion. Get the more expensive one. Yeah, gatherers make a living selling the goods they risk their lives to get a hold of. Exactly, they are also putting price on lives. Except they're not putting price on others' lives, they're putting price on their own lives. But it's still pricing money. Yeah, alchemists also, they're spending time and money making medicine and artifacts and need to be compensated fairly. I do want to save her, but I also need to stay in the black. She doesn't. She's been suffering losses, and exclusively losses so far, but still. And yeah, now there is a bandage on her arm. Why? It was reattached without any like side effects, not even any redding, not even any scarring. So why the bandage? Yeah, just drink stamina recovery potions. And yeah, Sarasa used a lot of energy. That's gonna be her like limiting factor, I have a feeling, because she's been shown to be pretty much omnipotent so far. Right? She can reattach limbs, she can bring someone from the brink of death, she can defeat boss class monsters with swish and slash and not even breaking a sweat. But the limiting factor is that when she's done with all of that, she loses stamina and just comes crushing down. Kinda sorta limits her overpoweredness. But I have a feeling, although, no, you know what? I don't want to make any assumptions because this anime is proving me wrong very often. It's proving all the preconceived notions I have about how it's supposed to go. It's going against them very often. What I wanted to say is that her losing stamina will not be a plot point for a long time. There's not going to be a situation where she loses stamina in mid-combat. Her stamina will always last just about enough to finish a battle. That's the vibe I'm getting. But again, it's probably going to prove me wrong. Hell of a first day. And yeah, if I don't get money, my business could easily fall apart. I need to buy ingredients, I need to buy tools, I need to buy all that stuff. If I heal someone for free, I might not have enough money to buy ingredients to make flu medicine, and someone else is going to die because I don't have the root of whatever that's essential in making medicine for flu, and someone's gonna die of flu, right? And if I don't sell the potion of curing flu, I'm not gonna have enough money to upgrade my cauldron so that it's able to create high level potions. And when someone comes with, I don't know, brain damage, I'm not gonna be able to fix that because I can't create high level potions, right? It all can come crushing down if she keeps giving out help for free, essentially. That's why I need to be strict. Yep. Yeah, gratitude is one thing, and gratitude is fine, but let's talk money. Thankfully, they can pay in installments. I need to check her voice actress. I know that I did take a look at it earlier, but I need to check it out again. I'm talking Iris. I haven't met that character back then, so I didn't know who she is exactly. Oh, I didn't even like switch the view, but you can see that. Okay, I guess that's cool. That's beneficial. Iris Lotse Saori Onishi. Saori Onishi plays Arisa in Yofukashi no Uta. Kaori in Arifureta. That's where I recognize the voice from. It's the voice of Kaori. And also some other characters that I don't recognize immediately. Doppel from Musu. Okay, that's all I needed. Why are you still showing this view? There we go. Okay. Right. Let's work hard to pay it off together. I have a feeling they're gonna be working at this very store. They're gonna be friends. Monsters are close. And of course, Sarasa is extremely strong. Because of course she is, because she's the protagonist. She can just kick a monster unconscious. Or dead, actually. Here, this scene, her opening her mouth. I really thought she's going for a bite, not for a kick. But no, she's going for a kick. Time to get dissecting. Flame sack. Just like that. Sticking her arms into the bear. Yeah, and when she was doing that, I was honestly expecting her to just dive inside and then emerge covered in blood with like the liver in her hands. But no, we didn't get quite that gory. Thankfully, she cast some cleaning magic on her clothes so that they aren't getting dirtied with blood and viscera. Eyeballs. This is gruesome. Like, Jesus Christ. I did not expect this level of gruesomeness out of a cute girls doing cute things anime. Just pulling the eyeballs, snapping the optic nerves. Damn, she's brutal. Also, I like this. Red eyeballs, that's an actual physiological change in them, that their eyes turn red. It's not just a magic glow that appears on their eyes. It's not just, I don't know, the flames shining through the sclera or whatever. No, they just legit turn red. I like it. Very much grounds those monsters, right? The fact that I have a flame sack and it's not just magic that creates the flames, but rather some functionality of their organism, that's also great. Yeah, there's no help, but we have an alchemist and we have some people willing to help. Not everybody. Some of the gatherers bailed because, of course, they did because they're cowards. Where and when did she get her hands on this much flame stones, though? That's what I want to know. Did she make them? Did she gather them? Did she have a. I don't know. Did she have them in her closet or whatever? Are people using them to, like, heat their water and run their furnaces and she gathered them from the entire town? Or. I don't know. Yeah, we're herding monsters in one place and then we're planning to take them all out in one fell swoop. That's a lot of stamina potions. A lot of Control C, Control V. Yeah, she needs ingredients from Hellflame Grizzlies to get back in the black. The plants aren't overlaid on top of the foot of this grizzly. Grizzly's just waddling along. See, that's weird. For the most part, we don't see any blood whatsoever. And then Iris attacks them, and we see like a couple splashes of blood. Right? Okay, yeah, they are running. Right, and now we see splashes of blood. Why not earlier? Why didn't we see this blood earlier? Just here. Nice combat animation, though. Gotta give credit where it's due. It almost seems like she's a rotoscoped CG model. Kinda. It's not CG, that's for sure. Kinda seems rotoscoped. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, most are dead, but oh no, there comes a boss. And I'm having mixed feelings about the fight with the boss. This really seems like it was animated by a different studio. Now the trees in the background looking like photos with filter on them, that's like par for the course. But this like very smeary animation on the grizzly, it's extremely smeary. Like, look at this in between, right? The smear is unreal. Then we see her face kind of getting distorted a little. You know what it reminds me of? Fights in Ruby. In Ruby Ice Queendom. The fights that they did without CG had a lot of crazy smears, off-model characters, but ultimately all for the sake of good animation. Huh. Yeah, those are some crazy smears on this grizzly. Like, it's getting completely disfigured. It also reminds me of... there is a certain kind of very cheaply made, like straight to DVD knockoffs of popular franchises, right? Like knockoff of Frozen that's called like Chilled, Automobiles 2, Shrook, right? Those kinds of movies. And they sometimes are outsourced to like China or South Korea. And the style very much reminds me of this. Of how the bear looks like right now. Of the smears we see. Of the animation on this bear, very like flaily. I'm gonna have to check out the studios again. Yeah, the completely disfigured face that goes like... Just watch the eyes, right? Some decent animation, ultimately, but very wobbly. Kind of off model on her. Very smeary, very wobbly. Ultimately good. Ultimately good, but I can't shake off the feeling of like a cheap piece of animation. I'm gonna do this. Again. Go back. Studio. Is there just one studio listed? Studio Engi. I don't see any like helper. I don't see any studio that would be outsourced to. And there aren't many people listed. Is Mal gonna be better about it? No, just Studio Engi. And I don't suppose it's listing more staff. Not really. Interesting. I have a feeling some of those fight scenes were outsourced. But I can't confirm that. And yeah, she's in trouble, and of course we have time to reminisce. And Sarasa enters Psycho mode and saves the day. Of course. That's a lot of change and development in 3 episodes. Sarasa really went from a complete, like, someone completely socially awkward and isolated to deeply caring about L'Oreal. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the credits real quick. Okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna play them. Just so there's like no issue with copyright, just in case. Animation production endgame. It's English language version, that doesn't concern me. No, that's just Engi. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so to sum it up, this episode continues the trend of like going on a breakneck pace, kinda sorta. It still doesn't bother me exactly, but I can see that we're going really fast, and it's especially clear in the relationship of Sarasa and Loria. It's really progressing fast, uncharacteristically. Also, a lot of things are happening very quickly. Like the first day opening, already someone with a cut off arm, we're healing her already, an invasion of monsters, and there really is no room to breathe, almost. Makes me wonder if that's another preconception I had about this series that's simply getting invalidated with this episode. That maybe it's not just going to be a slow life at my alchemy shop and having tea with friends and maybe going off to the woods to gather some ingredients. I don't know, hard to tell. It's hard for me to form a full opinion yet, honestly. I don't dislike what I'm seeing, that's for sure. I like the most of it. And I think that the bits that I'm not 100% on are adaptation woes. But I'm not sure, so correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it looks exactly the same in the source material. Maybe the source material is different. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. What else? What else? Yeah, the fight scenes. That one fight scene where Iris is fighting the bear certainly looks different. It looks higher effort for sure, and the existence of blood really makes me believe that it's a standout combat scene. The same goes for the fight of Sarasa and the boss bear. That stands out immensely, really, to the point where I'm honestly wondering if it's been outsourced, but everything points to it not being outsourced. That it's genuinely Studio Engi who created this piece of animation. The animation itself wasn't bad by any stretch. Stretch. There were a lot of stretch frames, smear frames. But they're just smears, they're in betweens. You don't particularly supposed to care about them. You aren't supposed to care about them. You aren't supposed to be going through those scenes frame by frame. So ultimately, it did look decent, but different. Very, very different. Different to the point of giving me pause. Because everything so far seemed very budget. Right? Very copy pasted, done with the rectangle tool in Photoshop, covered with a cheap texture, and call it a day. This took some effort. It didn't look all that great, but it didn't look bad either. Man, this series is giving me pause. It's really giving me pause. Because it refuses to follow my preconceptions about what it's supposed to be. And in a good way. It's not trying to be different just for the sake of being different. You can see the idea behind it all. You can see the cohesiveness of the world. All of that is there for sure. That's giving me pause, but I don't dislike it. And then there's the art that I was ready to dismiss as very cheap and essentially just moving PNGs and slideshows for the most part. But here they come with a piece of combat animation like that. And that's another thing that gives me pause. Another thing that I don't dislike, but gives me pause because it's so different, so stand out. I will have to see more to form a full, cohesive, coherent opinion on it. That's for sure. Perhaps I shouldn't have watched 2 episodes back to back as well, honestly. That might have been a mistake. Yeah, all in all, it was a good episode. Feels a little bit fast, but not in a bad way, or rather, it doesn't bother me. Art still very much the same, with the standout bit being the combat. Uh, kind of fast progression when it comes to characters and their relationships. All in all, I enjoyed it, but I was given a pause a couple of times. But that pause wasn't entirely negative, wasn't whatsoever negative, actually. Yeah, I have a I have a mess in my head right now, honestly. So I'm just gonna shut up and I'm gonna end the recording here. So you guys, you tell me, what did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, my opinions on the topic of the animation? Maybe you have some more detail. Maybe it was outsourced. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you have your own thoughts on the topic. Do let me know down in the comments below. As long as it's not a spoiler, everything is fine. Any departures from the source material, I would like to hear about those. Again, as long as they're not a spoiler. If you do want to talk spoilers, there is a Discord here, also link in the description. You can join it. There is a channel for this series, and you can join the channel, talk spoilers, use spoiler tags freely. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Novice Alchemist, but also Madoka Magica, Symphogear Axis, Sword Isekai, and Gundam Witch from Mercury, and also Arifureta OVAs and some other series in the future. And support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or Throne. Links in the description down below. On Patreon for $10 a month to get early access to non-seasonal shows, and for just $1, non-seasonal shows like Madoka, like Symphogear, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits that you will be seeing very shortly. On Throne, you can pitch in directly towards my purchase of better lighting, better camera, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, it costs nothing. Share my content, spread the word. It really does help grow the channel, and growth really matters. So, with all of that out of the way, we can end this episode here. So that's gonna be it from me for today. And as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And here's the credits I mentioned. You can be one of those people, and you don't need to use alchemy to achieve that.